How did Bob Hope get his big break in Hollywood? Find out as we go down the nostalgia road. May 29, 1903 was the day that Leslie Town Hope was born in a terraced home in Well Hall, County of London, now part of the Royal Borough of Greenwich, where a blue plaque currently stands in his honor. The family made the journey over the Atlantic to start a new life in the United States. On March 30th, 1908, the family arrived at Ellis Island and continued on to Cleveland, Ohio. Hope began doing stand-up comedy, singing, and dancing for tips at the age of 12, often while busking on the streetcar to Luna Park. Under the guise of Lester Hope, he competed and won a number of amateur talent shows and dance competitions between 1912 and 1915. He spent some time in the Boys Industrial School in Lancaster, Ohio, and later gave significant financial support to the school in his adult life. In 1919, Hope competed briefly in the boxing ring under the alias Packy East. His record was 3 wins and 1 defeat, and he even took part in several fake charity fights in his senior years. In his early 20s, though, Hope worked as a butcher's helper and a lineman. He also worked for Chandler Motor Car Company, however briefly. While helping his brother Jim cut trees for a power company in 1921, Hope was sitting atop one that fell on him, shattering his face and necessitating reconstructive surgery that gave him his characteristic look. Hope and his partner decided to pursue careers in the entertainment industry, so they enrolled in dance classes. Thanks to the success of their 3-night run at a club, Hope decided to team up with another dance school alum, Lloyd Durbin. In 1925, they were working as part of a traveling group named Hurley's Jolly Follies, where they were discovered by silent cinema comic Fatty Arbuckle. Hope, George Byrne, and the Hilton sisters, who did a tap dancing routine on the vaudeville circuit, developed an act named the Dance Medians within a year. Hope adopted the nickname Bob in 1929. According to some accounts, he took his name from the famous racing car driver Bob Burman. In another, he explained that he was going for a friendly "Hiya, dudes! Hiya, folks!" with the same name. It is unclear whether or he legally changed his name from Leslie to Lester Towns Hope when he signed a paper in 1942. Hope was surprised and humiliated to learn he had failed a screen test for the French film production company Pathé, hope I said that right, in Culver City, California in 1930, after performing for 5 years in vaudeville. Hope's early career included time on stage, both in vaudeville and on Broadway. In 1934, he started his career in radio, mostly with NBC Radio. By 1950s, he had shifted his focus to television. As early as 1954, he was presenting regular television specials. And from 1939 until 1977, he presided over the Academy Awards an astounding 19 times. His film career, which began from 1934, and his USO tours, which led him from 41 to 91, overlapped one another. Hope was partnered with Educational Pictures of New York to produce 6 films. Going Spanish, a comedy, came first. Dissatisfied, he vented his displeasure to newspaper writer Walter Winchell. When they get bank robber Dillinger, they're going to have him sit through it again. Despite the fact that the picture company terminated his contract, he quickly signed with Warner Brothers and split his time between filming and appearing in Broadway productions. After being contracted by Paramount Pictures to star alongside W.C. Fields in the big broadcast in 1938, Hope relocated to Hollywood. His signature song, "Thanks for the Memory," was first heard in the film, performed by Shep Fields and his orchestra with Shirley Ross. Hope relied heavily on joke writers throughout his career. Because of the song's sentimentality and adaptability, his writers were able to create different versions of the song for different situations, such as saying goodbye to troops while on tour or mentioning the names of the towns where he performed. My Favorite Brunette and other comedies he performed in alongside Big Crosby and Dorothy Lamour earned Hope his reputation as a comedic film star. Road to Singapore, 1940. Road to Zanzibar, 1941. Road to Morocco, 42. Road to Utopia, 46. And Road to Rio, 47. And Road to Bali in 1952. And The Road to Hong Kong, 1962, make up the 7-film series. Hope had watched Lamour perform in New York nightclub and asked her to join the USO tours. Lamour would occasionally arrive at the set with her lines memorized, only to be thrown off by the revised scripts or improvised lines from Hope and Crosby. Hope and Crosby had been working together since their first meeting in 1932, when they starred in the Road series of films. Since then, they have made numerous stage, radio, and television performances, as well as cameo roles in a number of films. We hope you enjoyed hearing about how Bob Hope became the star he was. Thank you for tuning in.